So remember we were discussing the purpose of life? What we hit is that there are really two parts to that. One is the quality of life in this world, and then the other is the whole concept of the world to come. In terms of quality of life in this world, living a life focused on perfecting oneself, becoming godlike, is actually the most pleasurable form of life. I would like to go into more detail on that. The second part of it is that all of what Torah teaches us are actually the needs of our soul to give the soul a quality of life for all of the eternity, which is going to be actualized in the world to come, in Olam Haba, where we reconnect literally with the infinity, with the self-awareness. Although we're part of it, there's a self-awareness. And to whatever level you brought your soul, to that degree you'll be able to take eternal pleasure in it. That's the outline, these two parts. So I'd like to start with the very first one. And that is living a lifestyle that is of the highest quality, and that's the lifestyle that Torah prescribes. So there are a few parts to this too. The very first one is recognizing just in ourselves what really makes us happy. So I brought this up before. So many of the things that when asked, our first reaction is one way, and when you think about it, it's the other. But very simply, we feel so much better about ourselves when we live with self-control, when we work hard, when we give. All of the kinds of things that people say is, oh, that's for the goody-goodies. But that's not fun. If you only think about it, fun is not really pleasurable. It's fun. But not only is it not long-lasting, it leaves you very empty. The system of Torah that demands that we grow, that demands of us a level of self-discipline whereby every area of life has its truth. This is permissible, this is not permissible. Yeah.
Can there not be like healthy fun? Like going on a biking trip, for example?
It could be meaningful, it's not fun. It is thought through. I'm not saying, all work and no play. But in terms of a lifestyle, the idea of killing time, deciding that you want to enjoy a bike ride is a beautiful thing. But it's not because, I feel it right away. Let's ride a bike. No, time to go swimming. It's that, I feel this is something good for me. It's something I enjoy. I feel good about it. And we're going to get to it very soon. It does make you feel good and lasts. When I'm talking about fun, undisciplined fun. Totally undisciplined, free flow. The issue is self-control versus a free flow. That's the very first one. Rama writes this. Rama writes that on the most basic level, on a generic level. Yeah. Now, generically, all of the commandments of the Torah that gives us all that really present us with a lifestyle where in everything we do in life there's a correct way of doing it and an incorrect way of doing it. This we're allowed to do, this is not permissible. But first and foremost, it gives us the pleasure of self-control. Like the Mishnah says, Izel Gibor HaKodesh Yitzro, who is the mighty one, who feels empowered, the one that controls himself, the one that can conquer his own evil inclination. But it goes deeper than that. It's not just self-control. There's this thing of connecting to Hashem. And it sounds very lofty, and it's a difficult thing to tell someone, who just doesn't know where this is coming from. Yeah, what else is it? So we've got to understand how so much of what Torah commands us, and especially with the rabbinical interpretations of it, the quality of life that we're given as a result of it. I'd like to start with something very, very basic, which is food. Okay? Just like food, right? What's the difference between the Torah way of eating food and the non-Torah way of eating food?
You can get
Awareness.
the conscience, how you think about of this.
Yeah. The rabbis went ahead and commanded us, based on the Torah mitzvah of grace after meals, Birkat Hamazon. The rabbis came along and said that before you consume any food, you are to say a blessing. What is the purpose of the blessing? The Torah says do it after you eat. The rabbi said before you eat, do both. What is the purpose of a blessing?
Acknowledgement.
Okay. Yes.
Gratitude.
Thank you. What?
Gratitude.
Also, you can have
Yeah,
more pleasure.
acknowledgement, gratitude.
Also, you can have more pleasure of it. You can understand from where it's
So
coming.
I'd like you to really understand what's going on with a bracha. A bracha is not just thank you. Of course, it includes gratitude. It includes acknowledging the fact that God made this. But there's something so much more to it. We're blessing Hashem. What does it mean to bless Hashem? So the simple translation of Baruch Atah Hashem, blessed you should be Hashem, is not even that we're giving him a blessing. We are declaring that he is the source of all blessing. So let's appreciate what that means. When you eat. So I don't know, people gobble their food. You're supposed to stop and think. Number one, enjoy it. Wow, this tastes good. Smell it. Look at it. Why are you doing this? The bracha is acknowledging that this is something God gave to you. This is a gift from the Creator of heaven and earth to you. A personal gift from Creator of heaven and earth to you. It didn't have to be this way. We could have been sustained without food or with fuel, perhaps. Imagine we'd all be lining up there or just plugging ourselves in. God created food. That the way we keep ourselves going is by eating something that tastes good, smells good, looks good. But not just that. He also taught us how to process it. Not everything we eat is natural, There are lots of good fruits and vegetables, but we eat lots of processed foods. He gave humanity the brains to go and process food. We're told that it was some form of prophecy that was given to Adam. I mean, who would think of, growing wheat, drying it for 6 months, grinding it, mixing with water and lots of other ingredients, and then let it ferment, wait till it rises, and then bake it. I mean, this is bread. I mean, of course, who would have thought of doing such a thing? So not only did Hashem create food that is capable of being processed, He also gave us the brains to think of processing.
What's the function of creating it, that it has to be processed like this?
This way, not only do you have the variations that were created, but you can also have so many variations of processing it. So you can create what you like best, or lots of different variations, all of which you like, and enjoy every one of them. And Hashem created taste buds in all of us, so we can appreciate it, which means the creator of heaven and earth had you in mind too, because everyone's taste buds are a little different. So Baruch Atah Hashem, you are the source of this. This is a gift you gave me. Gift wrapped. A little card, I love you. The bracha is supposed to focus us on that. This is the way we're supposed to appreciate our food. Today they call it mindfulness. To the Jew, this is what life is supposed to be. Now, even though it's only food we say the blessing on, we do thank Hashem for lots of things, be it in the morning brachas, be it in our davening, Apsuk de Zimra, be it the air, the sun. Of course, the hills, the mountains, the grass, everything. The birds. You know, riding a bike. Hashem created that experience for me. Yeah.
Why don't we have a bracha on like literally everything?
We only make brachas on consuming things.
What about like breathing? Are we consuming breath?
The truth is, the Gemara explains that the last the set of halukas in Psukim Zimra, where it ends Kol HaNeshama Ta'alel Ka, every soul praises Hashem. It doesn't mean Neshama, it means Neshima, which is breath. And they say that ideally every breath of yours is really an expression of thanks to Hashem, of praise to Hashem. Every breath is stating, I want to live this beautiful life you've given me.
What about in a storm, the thunder, you're not consuming?
No, you feel it's colossal. This is big. Experiencing life. Because life with God is of a whole different quality. And this is on the most basic level when we're talking about food. Certainly, as you go up to upper levels, we've been taking the class on the 5 levels of pleasure. If you didn't yet, I'm sure you'll be exposed to it. 5 levels of pleasure.
I got to the first 3 and the last 2, there wasn't enough
beyond
time for
the
the class.
Oh, there was not. Oh.
Also, we can listen to the Rav classes. They're great.
What?
Also, I listen to the Rav Wender classes.
This is Rav Noach's rendering of a few verses out of the Sefer HaChinuch.
Wow.
What is the Sefer HaChinuch?
The Sefer HaChinuch was written by one of the Rishonim as an explanation of every one of the 613 commandments that he wrote to teach his children. But he wrote it with he wrote it with the accuracy of someone of his caliber, And today it's a source to halacha as well.
Great.
We're not sure exactly who wrote it. The one we used to think wrote it is not the one that did it. It was must have been one of his friends.
I'm still a little confused about how Brocker is blessing Hashem.
It's not blessing Hashem. It's declaring that He is the source of all blessing. There is one opinion. The Nefesh HaChaim claims that we're actually blessing Hashem. But let's go with the generally accepted one, which also is sourced in the Sefer HaChinuch. The Chinuch says this, which is that we are just saying that He's the source of all blessing, He's the source of everything. And everything you enjoy, you say He is the source, you acknowledge He is the source, and He made it for me. Certainly as you get up to finer pleasures, relationships, taking pleasure in the fact that you have friends, family, we can socialize. The idea of being there for others and others being there for you. It's a higher pleasure in appreciating how that was made for us. That's another one, as far as a blessing. We say a blessing over that. You know what we say? It's interesting. When do we thank Hashem for relationships? For the whole concept of love?
In the Shemona Esrei.
We don't. Where in the Shemona Esrei?
I heard that when you say Ata Kadosh, Kadosh is linking to relationships also in some way.
That's talking about how Hashem is elevated. And we're like Him. He's elevated. He's different. The thank Hashem for relationships straight out. We do that under the chuppah and a shiva brachas, and a wedding, and the shiva brachas.
What do I mean?
It's just thanking Hashem that I'm alive. But this is a bracha. It's my favorite bracha. It should have been there in the Brit Mitzvah. First of all, Hashem Baruch He created joy. We make a bracha on joy. It starts with that. And then we feel like thanking Hashem for creating joy. Chasa and Rekala, the whole concept of a bride and bridegroom. Then, Gila, Rina, Ditza, Cheta, these are all different forms of joy.
Yeah.
We're big connoisseurs when it comes to joy. There are differences. And then, Ahava v'achava v'shalom v'reivus. Love, Achava is brotherhood, closeness. Shalom, peace. Peace doesn't mean we're not fighting. And this is a bracha to be said at the beginning of marriage. Peace means we cooperate, we're there for one another, even though we're different.
I've always understood peace to be like a state of being.
But the state of being of peace is the coexistence of all the different things.
Completion.
Hashem is Oseh Shalom B'Romav. He makes peace up there. Up in heaven, everything coexists. Means up in heaven, there are no contradictions. On that level, everything can coexist. Down here, you got to choose one over the other, and that's why we're always arguing over which one to choose. The Reus, friendship, that's such a beautiful bracha. Why should we say this every day?
This is the chuppah bracha.
Yeah. Okay. So we're thanking Hashem, appreciating relationships. See, ultimately, as one grows in this appreciation for who Hashem is, he then can really transfer all of this to speaking to Hashem. We talk to Him. And about it, we speak to Him. And we develop a relationship with Him. And we feel close to Him. And then every time we perform a mitzvah, it's like buying a friend a gift. I'm doing this for you. Living on that level. So in terms of quality of life, first of all, the whole framework, the things we do are the things that make us feel good about ourselves, for real, as opposed to fun. And if we live with real mindfulness, our consciousness of what we're doing and where it comes from, then life is so meaningful. One more element. We said that the details of the 613 mitzvot are the best things, are what our souls really need for the world to come. There's only one creator. The same way the creator of souls created our bodies. Not only that, but the stuff in between, our psyche. There's our physical state and our psychological state. The same creator. It's got to be that everything's in sync. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever that the same creator will create something that is a necessity for the body but bad for the soul, or a necessity for the soul and bad for the body. We take for granted that everything is parallel. And indeed, the good books of the Kabbalah tell us straight out that the 613 commandments, the 365 negatives, and the 248 positives correspond to our limbs and blood vessels. That's the number that we have. And the same way you've got it in your body, you've got them in your soul. Which means what they're telling us, we don't exactly know all these things, but one thing they're telling us for sure, that our bodies and our souls are in sync, and that the mitzvot are the best things for both. That being the case, it must be that A, the mitzvot are best for the psyche. It makes for a healthy lifestyle in terms of your psyche, if done properly, if you really fulfill Torah, and for your body as well.
How do we? What advice do you have in order of how to do this process? Like if I've got a piece of knowledge, so you just taught us now that everything that the Torah says for me is good, and I know that logically, but how do I get my heart or my body to be born untrained so that the knowledge can be integrated?
So the first thing is that you really get it. We understand that when you really understand something, it penetrates. It is internalized. It's not just picking up information. You've got to appreciate why this is right. You've got to appreciate why this makes sense. If you don't make sense of it and just accept it, then it's not going to be integrated. Well, why should your insides cooperate with something that doesn't make sense to you? You've got to understand it. There are times that we understand things so clearly. There are times that we have to understand it in more general terms. We don't understand all the details, but we understand the concept. But in every case, if you want to integrate it, you want it to really make a difference to your life, you want it to really raise the quality of your life, you've got to understand. Torah is meant to be understood. Another favorite part of my davening. After the Parshat Tzitzit, in the brachas of Shema, there's a bracha, Emet v'yatziv v'nachon v'kayam v'yashar. Read through them. Every one of them. Read through them. It is true. It is solid. And my favorite is Mukubal. It sits well. It sits well. That's what we have to demand of everything we study. Everything you learn, if it doesn't sit well, then you didn't get it. Don't go on. No? Try to figure it out. Ask about it. It's got to sit well. Because that's what it is. Torah makes sense. And Torah is there really going to answer quality of life. Okay?
Thanks, Rabbi.